I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful Ankara tote bag in this video. Now this bag has zip and it also has lining, and trust me, I'll be sharing a secret with you of how I fix this zip. I have not shared it with you on this page before. It's a very simple way of fixing zip. If you are finding fixing zip on bag very difficult, please watch this video to the very end because it's going to be of help to you. So let's begin the class. Hi everyone, so let's get started with the class. Now we're using African print, which is Ankara. Now you know we have different type of Ankara. We have high grade, which is, at least we see that as quality. We have medium grade, we have low grade. Either of these three, you can use it to achieve this project, all right, depending on how much you want to sell it, who you are selling them to or selling the bags to, and your target audience, right? So just choose any one that you want. I will also say that for this Ankara, use some kind of colorful fabrics so that it's going to be more attractive. Okay, so Ankara, then you're going to need foam. Now this foam is half-inch foam. Half-inch foam. Get half-inch foam of this sky blue. You know we have black foam. Black foam is more expensive. Those ones are usually strong. You don't need those ones. This one is okay for you. This one is half-inch. Get it? You can get it from those people that sells foam furniture materials. That's where you can get it. Because I produce the bag in bulk, I bought that in sheet, different sheet. So you can, if you don't want to buy a sheet, they will sell half sheet for you, right? So this is foam. Then we are going to be needing zipper clothes and the zip head. Okay, this is zipper clothes, and you can use size 5. Size 5 will be perfect for this job. You can also use size 7 depending on what you want. Next thing you're going to be needing is this stopper, this metal stopper. You can get it from where they sell bag material. I will snap it and show and send the picture. It's going to be up here so that you're going to see it and show. You can screenshot it, okay, and show them where you want to buy it. Okay, so this is a bag stopper and it makes the bag look nice. You can get it in dozen. Okay, so let's start with the measurements that I will be using for the bag. I'm going to use, the width is 20 inches. The width is 20 inches and the length is 16 inches. 20 inches by 16 inches. 20 inches by 16 inches. I want the width to be more than the length. Okay, now for this bag, it depends on the shape that you are trying to achieve. If you want it to be like a straight bag, you can make the length longer than the width. Like you just make it like 20 inches by 16 inches. Sure, you understand? But for this bag, I want the width to be longer than the length. That's what I want, and that's why I went for 20 inches by 16 inches. So at the end of the day, you know that we should be having around 19 inches by 15 inches, which is perfect for what I want. Okay, now I'm just going to create a straight line, then cut it out. Now you can see what we have. Now for this bag, you can use your black lining, you know, for the lining, or you can use the Ankara itself for the lining. It depends on what you want. Or you can just use a lining that is not transparent. Okay, use a lining that is not transparent because you know you're going to be putting foam, and if the lining is transparent, it's going to be showing the foam under. So you don't want to use a lining that will be showing foam under. So try and get a lining that is not going to show. So any color you decide to go for, you can choose either of the colors that are on the bag, and make sure that it is not transparent. Sure you understand? Okay, so this is the main body. The lining, I'm going to be using this fabric. Okay, I'll just cut the same size, exactly the same size. You can see. Then for the foam, I'm going to cut the same size of the foam, just exactly the same size of the foam. Remember, this is half-inch foam, half-inch foam, and I've told you where you can get it. Half-inch foam. So I'm going to cut exactly the same size. Now you can see we have the body of the bag, which is African print. We have the lining. This lining is spider material. Okay, then for some of you that may want to ask, but you can also use bag material, bag lining to do it. Then this is foam, half-inch foam. Now the next thing you're going to do is this. You're going to take the main body, place it down. Okay, you're going to take the foam. All right, now at this point, if you don't have this thing that I want to use, you can either use epoxy glue. Yeah, you can use epoxy glue, or you go ahead and pin it. Okay, and pin the foam with the Ankara. All right, but I'm going to use a spray glue so that when I'm sewing, it's not going to be moving. Okay, so I have this spray glue which says spray adhesive extra strong. Okay, you can use it on something like this. It's very good, but this is very optional. It's because I have it, that is why I'm using it. You don't need to go and buy it because you want to do something like this. You can use your epoxy glue, that brown gum, that shoemaker gum. You can use it, so it's not a must. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to spray it. So after spraying it like this, I'm going to take the front of the Ankara and I'm going to lay it on it just like this. Okay, lay it on it just like this. To smoothen it so that it's going to glue. Okay, now you can see what I have. Now after doing this, we have some excess here. I can just cut this out. Okay, now you're going to take your ruler. Okay, this my ruler is 2 inches wide, 2 inches wide. Now this one, you can also decide the kind of width that you want for what you want to create on the bag. You want to create some kind of designs on the bag. So I'm going to use 2 inches. So from here, I'm going to mark 2 inches, then I'm going to create line. You can see. So I'll go ahead and create line like this. You see, this part there, you must not do laziness, because so that it's going to be straight. So if you are making 1,000 of the bag, you will do like this to it. Unless if you are sure that your hand is extra straight, that you don't need to draw lines. And by then I can also, okay, go ahead. But if you know your hands are not straight when you are sewing, just go ahead and create these lines. It's going to help your work. It's going to make the work very, very neat. So I'll go ahead and create this line. You can see I've created the lines. Now that I've created the line, the next thing I'm going to do is to take this to my sewing machine and start creating stitches. Okay, what we want to do is we want the bag to adhere to the foam, but we want to also create a kind of design on the bag. Okay, so I'm just going to take it like this and take it to the sewing machine. All right, so let's start sewing. I also want to give you a tip. Okay, don't sew on the foam. Yeah, I know that yes, you are making lines on the bag, on the main body to look somehow, right? You can always clean it. It's just chalk. You can always clean it after you're done, because if you make lines on the foam, to sew it is going to be difficult. When you are sewing it, it's going to be gathering this it's going to be gathering the ankara. So it's better to sew it from this end. And sometimes when you are sewing it, because as the footer, what's it called, the sewing foot is drawing on the or matching on the foam, it might start tearing it. So sew from the ankara, from the outer part. All right, you can see I'm done with the sewing. You can see what we have. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this excess foam. I'll trim the excess foam out just like this. All right, you can see what we have. Then I'm going to fold the bags together. I'm going to fold the bag together like this. Then I'm going to sew it with half of an inch, half of an inch. Okay, okay, I'll do the same thing to the other side. Match it together like this, then go ahead and sew with half of an inch. All right, you can see I'm done sewing it. Then I'm going to take the lining. Okay, I'll take the lining. You can see the lining. Then I'm also going to sew it by the side. Okay, with half of an inch. Sew the second side with half of an inch. That's it. Now that we have this, I'm going to take my tape rule from this line, these stitches, not from this edge here. Remember, we've gone in by half of an inch when sewing it, so we're going to go from the half of an inch here. You're going to mark 2.5 inches to the side, and upward I'll mark 2.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to create a straight line and connect it to this side. All right, then I'll just go ahead and cut it. Put in mind, if you measure your 2.5 from this edge, you're not going to get the right thing. Okay, so please follow this step. Then you go ahead and cut it out. can see what we have. I'll do the same thing to this side. Okay, 2.5 in width and in height, 2.5. I'll connect that together. Then I'm going to create a straight line, just like this. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the lining. The same thing, I'll do it on the lining. .5 in width, 2.5 in height. Then I'm going to connect, and I'm just going to cut it out. I can use this pattern to cut on the other side. Place here, then cut it out. Okay. All right, so you can see what we have. Then now that I have this, I'm going to fold. Just watch me closely. I'm just going to pick. See the way I'm picking it. Pick it like this, then fold it on each other. Make sure that the seam side is at the middle of both. Okay, then I'll go ahead and sew with half of an inch. Can you see what we have? Okay, can you see? Can you see what we have? I'll do the same thing to the other side. Fold, then go ahead and sew with half of an inch. All right, now that we've done that on the back, we'll repeat the same thing on the lining. Fold, make sure it's at the middle, then I'm going to sew. Repeat it on the second side. On the second side. You can see what we have. Okay, now that we have this, we are almost getting to the end. All right, now that we have these two bags like this, okay, now you're going to turn the main bag, the main body, turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. Make sure all the pointy parts are out. Okay, bring all the pointy part out. You can see. Can you see our bag is coming up gradually? You can see the way our bag is looking now. Can you see? Then now you've turned this, the main body, to the right side. For the lining, leave it like this. Don't turn it to the right side. Okay, do not turn it to the right side. Leave it like this. Now before we go further, we've not talked about the handles. Okay, let's talk about the handles. For the handles, if you've been following me, you know that I usually use 4 inches in width for the handles, or you can use 3 inches. Okay, you can use 4 inches in width, then 28 inches in length for the handles. Okay, so we are going to cut 2 of that. All right, so you can see what we have. So the width of the handle is 4 inches and the length is 28 inches. 28 inches is okay. All right, so this is what I have. I've cut that out. Then watch me. You're just going to fold this in, then fold it in again, like this, like this. It's also depend on how wide you want your handle to be. Okay, so you can see what we have with like 1 inch width of handle. It's actually perfect. Okay, at most 1.5 for the width after folding. Then I'm going to go ahead and sew that. You're going to do the same thing to the second side. Fold, fold again, then stitch. All right, so I'm done. Handles. Now you're going to take the bag. Now put in mind, you can always do this before you even join the side. Okay, and you can also do, I'm just telling you that there's possibility that you can also do it like this after you've joined the side. So it's not a must that you have to join it before, join the handles before you join the side. Okay, just go for the one that is more comfortable for you. Now I'm going to measure from this seam allowance here. I'm going to measure 4 inches from the seam allowance. I mean from the seam part, this seam part here. Yeah, over here too, I'm going to locate the seam. Then I'm going to mark 4 inches to the front. Can you see what we have? Okay, then I'm going to make sure that I match this together. Then I mark it on the other side so that it's going to match together. Can you see? Can you see what we have? Yeah. So I'm going to take the handle, one of them. Now watch what I'm doing. I'm not placing it before the mark, but I'm placing it after the mark. Okay, I'm placing it after the mark. Okay, then I'll go ahead and sew. Now this is the second side. I'll pick the second side also, then I'll place it on the mark area, putting in mind that it's going to be after the mark, not before the mark, but after the mark. Okay, please always put that in mind. Okay, so instead of me to just remove the thread and cut, I'll just sew it round to the other line. Okay, now that I've seen the mark, I still have to put that in mind that the handle must be after the line. I hope you are following me. Okay, if you are following me, let me know in the comment section. Okay, drop your comments in the comment section that means I'm following you. Okay, so I'm going to put the handle and go ahead and sew, making sure it's after the marked line or the marked point. Okay, I'll sew it to the other side also. When I get here, I'm going to place the second side. I don't know if you saw what I did, but I know I was using mouth to explain, but I don't know if you saw what I did, but just let me explain it again. You can see I marked this place. From here to here was 4 inches, or is 4 inches. From here to here to 4 inches. Okay, then I placed the handle right after the mark. Okay, right, this is the mark, so I placed the handle right after it. Then I stitch it. I didn't remove the needle, I just start stitching it. Then I place the other side. Can you see? Then I start stitching it round to this point. I place the second handle where it's supposed to be to, and the second side. I hope that is clear. Can you see? This is the way I place the handle. You are having it like this. Okay, because it's like this thing was covering it when I was explaining. Okay, Can you see what we have? Yeah. Now you're going to remember, I've told you that you should turn your bag to the right side and leave the lining to be on the wrong side. Okay, you still remember that, right? Then you're going to place the bag, the main body of the bag, inside the lining, just like this. Just like this. Can you see? Place it like this. Now put something in mind. Watch me closely. If you are able to watch this video from beginning to the end, I'm very sure that even bag making self, you understand it. Okay, now place the handle, this handle. Don't allow it to be inside this place. So if you do that, you are making a mistake. It has to be in between the lining and the body. Can you see what I did? Can you see? Place it inside like that. Do the same thing to the second side. Make sure it's in between the lining and the body. Can you see? Now that we have it tucked in like that, I'm going to go ahead and match the seam side together. Match it like this. Then I'll go ahead and sew with 1/2 inch. Okay, I'll sew it round. Okay, I'm just sewing it round. Don't know if you are seeing me. What I did was just, you can see what I did. I just stitch it round. You can see what I did. I just stitch it round. That's what I did. Stitch it round. Now to bring this thing out, you are going to use this part. You can leave it when you were sewing it initially, when you were joining it, but you can also always rip this off, like maybe like 5 inches, so that there will be space. Okay, so that there will be space for you. Okay, so there will be space. All right, okay. You can see. Can you see? Then I'm going to remove this. If you are following me, you should get this. But if you skip any parts, I'm sure that at this point itself, maybe you don't understand it again. But if you're following it step by step, you don't skip any part of this video, you understand. Okay, so turn it like this, inside out. Okay, when you turn it inside out, arrange everything. Let everything be well arranged. Okay, with your back to arrange it. All right, so this is what you should have at this point. Can you see? Can you see what you should have at this point? Now you're going to take this part that you rip off. You are going to go ahead and close it. Just, you can use your hand stitch, or you just go ahead and stitch it just the way I'm doing. Can you see what we have? Okay, you can see what we have. I know you will be like, but we are adding zip now. When are we going to add the zip? When are we going to put the zip? Relax, we are putting zip. Okay, now I'm going to put this in just like this. Can you see? At this point, you can leave your bag like this without zip. Okay, you can leave your bag like this. If you don't want zip on your bag, what you're going to do is you're going to do this last step and you are done with your bag. Okay, so make sure your lining is in. Make sure your lining is well positioned inside. Then you're going to top stitch it round. Okay, you are going to top stitch it round. This is without zip, if you don't want zip on your bag. Okay, so I'll just top stitch it. I'm just top stitching it round. That's what I'm doing. And the reason I'm completing it is so that the lining will be well placed inside. So you can see. So if you want your bag like this is perfect. If you don't want zip on your bag, then you are done at this point. You are basically done. You just want to use it without zip, you are done. You can see it's sitting well, it's looking very nice, very beautiful. You can see it's just like basket. It's looking like basket. Very nice bag. All right, now we want to put zip on our own. The way I'm going to teach you how to put this zip is not your regular one. Like, this is another method I'm going to teach you. You're going to take, I decided to use size 7 zip. This is zip cloth. Now for this type of method, the way I want to install the zip, you can only use zip cloth, like zip that comes like not those ready-made one that will have head already. You can only use all these zip cloths. This method I want to teach you. Okay, so this is the head, size 7, and this is the cloth. Then you're going to start from the seam part. And you see this seam part. All right, that's where you're going to start. You will not get confused, and I want to teach you well. Okay, this is the front side of the zipper cloth. Can you see? This is the front side. Okay, now that means that if this zip cloth is coming on this bag, this is how it's going to be, right? This is exactly how it's going to be. Now you are taking one side, one of this, you are going to open the mouth like this. You are taking one of this like this, one side. No, normally if you want to sew bag, you are going to measure it and cut, but you are going to open it like this and take one side, this one side. I hope you are following. Then I'm going to measure like 2 inches from here. Then I'm going to place it. I hope you understand the way I place that. I hope you understand. Can you see? This is how the bag is supposed to be. Then I'm going to place it like this. I'm trying to explain this so that you understand. Then go in a little bit by like half of an inch inward, just like this. Then I'll go ahead and start sewing. I hope you can see this clearly now. Okay, so I've placed it. Remember, we are starting from the seam part. Okay, that joining part, that's where we are starting from. Then I'm going to go ahead and start sewing. Just watch what I'm doing. Remember, it's just one side that we are using. Okay, so go ahead and start sewing. Backstage. Can see, drag it to the back, fold it on it, just continue like that. Okay, drag it to the bag, so drag it to the back. Can see, we are going to sew it round to where we started from. This is just one piece. You are using just one. Okay, with this type of method, you are going to manage zip very well. Like, you won't use a lot of zip because remember, you are just using one side. Okay, so we are getting to where we started from gradually. So you can see where we started from. This is where we started from. So I must mark this part also. so that everything is going to rhyme. I must not pass that point that I started from. Okay, at this point you can just measure and cut. Yeah, then back stitch. Yes, you can see the way our zip is looking. Can you see? So at this other end here, you won't have any joining parts. It's only at this point where you are going to be adding, where you are going to be fixing the zipper head, the zips like this together, and cut the excess. Okay, cut the excess just like this. Okay, just like this. Now this part is very tricky and you must be patient with it, or you must watch this video very well. Now when you want to install the zipper head, okay, make sure the seam parts are well aligned, and also your handles, you have to position them very well, and make sure the handles are well positioned, because if you don't pay attention to this part and position it well, and you just fix your zipper head, when you fix it, you will notice that the handles will not align together. It will not align together at all. Okay, so you must make sure you align it very well. Then you take the zipper head, okay, then you fix the zipper head. Okay, fix it on the other side. I want to believe you know how to fix zip head. If you know how to fix it, let me know in the comment section. If you don't know, let me teach you. But it's very easy, especially if you are using the right zip and the right head. It's very easy. Now that you have it like this, just drag it. Oh my god, I love this method. Can you see? Everything is well aligned. You can see what we have. Everything is well aligned. See where your zip is here. See where the zip is here. No budging out, nothing. Then you can see the head over here. Then you're just going to knit it. So we are not leaving the mouth like this. Now there are two things you can do to this bag at this point. You can use the fabric to finish the mouth up. You know how we used to finish, but to make the bag more professional, use this stud, maybe the metal stopper. This metal stopper. Okay, so inside the metal stopper, you're going to see the metal itself, and there will be a kind of small screw. That screw, you have to be careful with it, if not, because it gets lost easily. It's very tiny. So this is the screw. This is the screw. So before you have to unscrew it, the screw, then you have the stopper. Can you see? So please place the screw somewhere that you can always see it. If not, it gets lost easily. Now this is the upper part of the stopper. Okay, and this is the upper part of the zip. So you're just going to fold this like this neatly, so that it's going to enter the stopper. Okay, so fix the stopper in just like this. Fix the stopper in like this. Fix, you can see I fix it in like this. Then you're going to turn it to the other side. When you turn it, you take the small screw, then fix it inside the hole. You are returning it back. So at this point you have to be more gentle and careful. So you have to tighten it back. So when you are tightening it, you have to be gentle with it. Just screw it gently so that it's not going to remove. You screw it, you can see what we have. It's very nice, and it's not going to remove. Can you see? It's not going to remove. So basically we are done with our bag. Let me show you the pictures. So nice. I love the bag, so beautiful.